Hello and welcome. My name is Wellington. I'm Head of Developer Relations here at Tasktree. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use Blok within the MCP server to build dynamic workflows using Claude. Let's dig into it. Let's start. As always, I already created a project here, but as always, if you need some help, just go to .block.build. To block.build, and you'll be able to follow the instructions there to create your project. And I would be also leaving the link of this GitHub repo that I created for this project, so you can follow the step-by-step guide on how you can just add the necessary files to also make your MCP work within your Blok project. So as you can see here, we have some other files that was added to make the MCP work. We have the adapters. We have here the MCP registry. We have the node to MCP adapter. And here in MCP, we have the POR. That's great. Within the runner, we have our MCP trigger, and we made some changes within our HTTP trigger as well. That comes vanilla when you create a new project, but then you can just come here, copy and paste, and then we will have the necessary changes we need. Just go to the repo within the description of this video and just get the HTTP trigger from this repo here, and you'll be fine. We have the MCP trigger, as I said, the MCP auto. We have this plot desktop config generator that's basically going to generate the JSON config, so you can just paste that within your Claude. That's it. And then inside, we're going to have the intelligence where we have the AI planner. So we are using some line chain here, to just basically enhance the planning state. We have the enhanced node discovery. We have the intelligent tool handler. I would not be explaining all of those. The whole objective, the whole goal of this project is just to make it easier for Claude to understand how Blok is structured, how Blok works, and how Claude can just create dynamic workflows. So Claude can just see what are the nodes that you have available, and within those nodes, depending on the prompt, depending on what you're asking, Claude will be able to achieve that by creating and workflow on the spot and sending that workflow to be executed within your Blok server. So all those files here are important basically for allowing Claude to be able to understand the whole structure from Claude, to be able to use LangChain, LangGraph, and other tools that we have here installed to allow Claude to be able to understand the whole structure from Blok, understand how Blok is configured, how he can, manage and use Blok with these workflows. So yeah, I'm not going to, you know, pass each one and explain each block of code because that will take a lot of time, and when we would do it, we would lose the purpose of this video, right? So great. We have here also this NCP enhanced util, the semantic analyzer, semantic node mapping, and workflow generator. So I'm just showing this file so you can understand which are the files that you have to copy and paste within your new Blok project that you just created, right? So here we have the modern, we have here the dynamic workflow generator, we had the dynamic workflow structure guide, the intelligent workflow generator, LangGraph supervisor, workflow executor, workflow template generator, and the workflow validator. So all of those are tools that are used by Claude in the time that Claude needs to basically call those tools as an MCP tool. So Claude would be able to interact within our node within our Blok server. And here we have the transport, where we have the MCPs to transport, just basically the protocol to communicate between Claude and the MCP server that we have within Blok. Same here for the transport base. And then here we have the MCP types, just TypeScript interfaces, types, and all of that. Great. So we have everything from runner, and now let me show you what we have on nodes. So on nodes, we have the AI nodes, just copy and paste them. Within examples, we have the workflow pattern and the dynamic node executor. So just, paste them inside examples and put them here in the index as well. So you'll have to, put in here and also put in here within this variable here that is being exported, this whole object here. Great. We have the examples. Now then we have the Notion. Just copy and paste all Notion just to be able to communicate with Notion. That's what these nodes are about. We have nodes as well for YouTube to, basically have some connection within the YouTube server. So that's it. You have the .env.local that already comes within every block project. So if you're going to try those, you're going to need some environment variables. I'm going to leave them in the example for you so you can check that out. And also we have the workflows. We have this dynamic node executor. So we just have to copy and paste as well. And then you have to reference them here inside workflows. Same in nodes. So every node that we created there, you have to reference thing here inside this nodes.ts file over it. Also, we made some changes within this index.ts that comes within Blok. So all you have to do is just copy and paste, and you're gonna be 100% fine using it without any problem. That is great. Okay, so we have nodes, we have MCP adapters. About the .env.local, don't copy and paste because we have some variables that comes in there within the path of your installation of your project. So don't just replace everything. Just add whatever you need to add on top of what you already comes here within the .env.local. So I guess that's it. That's all the files that we need to make our MCP server working. So as soon as you do, let's check through the package JSON. We have some packets that we need to install. One of those are here. So we need the model context protocol SDK. Install this package. Also, we're gonna have the cookie parser. If I'm not mistaken, we have the cookie parser types as well. I don't think so. Okay, it's not here, but yeah, we need the cookie parser. We also need the types are here. They are supposed to be here. So let me put them here as well. Okay, good, better. Just run npm install again. Going to be fine. Great. Install this AI package if you don't already have. Install this OpenAI package as well. And we have this AI SDK from OpenAI as well. I guess that's the package that you need to install. So as soon as you have all of those, all you have to do is just run npm run build, and afterwards npm run. Let's just wait. Okay, the build was fine, and we're already running our server on the 4000 port. So if you want to test that, you can open up your browser. So let me just open Safari over here real quick. Let me drag that so you guys can see. And then all you have to do is just type localhost 4000 and you have to click enter. You're gonna see this information here. Also, you can try running countries, that is in workflow that comes as an example, and you will be able to see all the countries' workflows over here. Great. So we have our server working, we have our MCP working as well. And as soon as you run this server for the first time, this file is going to be created. It's called Claude desktop config.json. As soon as you have there, just copy this file, go to your Claude. Let's open up Claude here real quick. And within Claude, we're going to need to go to settings, and then we go to developer, and then we go to edit config. Just come here, open up this within Z, for example, or you can open with VS Code, doesn't matter. Just go ahead and paste and just save within that configuration. That's it. Just close. You can close this as well. Just go ahead and close Claude. When we open Claude again, we're going to see that Claude doesn't come within any other errors or anything. So it means that it was able to connect within our server. Okay, here we have Blok. And then if you click here, you're going to see Blok MCP server, and you're going to see all the 4 tools we have in order to create dynamic workflows. Great. Now that you understood how you need to configure, how you need to, set up the whole Blok project and put all the files, in their respective paths and folders, we're going to check now something that is very important here within a block, that is to check our workflow. So as you can see here, we have some workflows that comes when you are creating a new project. You have the option to add examples. I always say to go for yes, because when you add examples, it's easier for you to reference the workflows that were created, the nodes that were created, so you can create your own nodes and workflows. By the way, you can also use um, the CLI to create them. But here, the good part is that you can actually see something that is already working and how the structure should be created within the block project. Great. So we have here the countries, for example. We have here the staff part gen, the BIM manager, films. So the idea here is just so you can see how those workflows are structured. So let's get the countries here, for example. We're gonna always have the name, the description, the version, and then we're gonna have the trigger. The trigger is going to have the property HTTP, and inside HTTP we're gonna have the three properties here. So method, path, and accept. So in method, you can use get, you can use put, you can use patch, you can use delete, and also you can use post and then asterisk. So the asterisk means that you can call this workflow, this endpoint, using any of those methods. So you can have like an if else condition here. So you can use the if else node to be able to use those those methods as a parameter and just check whatever kind of logic that you want to achieve depending on which method that that workflow was called. So as an example, we have here the DB manager, and as you can see, we are using here in the first step the filter request, that is the nano service if else, and then we have here the if, and we check here the foundation. So it's always using the same structure. Context request method dot to lowercase. This is a JavaScript method. We check if it's equal to get, and we check if the params function comes as undefined. And within that, we return a certain node or a certain logic that we want to return in that case. So the node that we are returning here is just one step. It's the database UI node. So if you go to localhost 4000 slash and you put db dash manager, you're gonna see that it's going to render an UI for you coming from this node called database UI. Same logic will apply for the rest of the other methods that we are checking over here, right? So that's the main idea. That's how it works in Path. As you can see, you can also pass optional parameters. So this is an optional parameter called function that can come as undefined. That's why we are checking this over here. When it comes as undefined, we know that we're gonna just return some HTML for the user to see. Great. Now that we understood the whole structure of workflows, our idea is that Claude can read all the nodes we have, all the possibilities we have, and with that, Claude will be able to call our nodes by creating a workflow by itself, generating a workflow by itself without having us to do anything. All we need to do is just add the prompt there, and within the nodes that we have, within the nodes that we have created within our block project, Claude will be able to generate this whole workflow by itself, and we'll be able to execute that workflow at the spot and return you the information, all of that within your conversation, like you were, talking within ChatGPT, or, talking in this example within your Claude there. And Claude will just return you with the data, the expected data, the output from that workflow, dynamic workflow that was created by itself. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to execute this prompt from within Claude. So I'm asking here, could you transcribe the zipped video I'm passing here an YouTube video URL and create a summary with the most important points of it and save it to the Notion database as a page using rich text. Just a reminder, I had all those notes set up here. So I have the note to talk with Claude. I had the note to get and use the whisper from OpenAI. I already have the OpenAI key within my .env.local. Same here for the Notion. I have the notes to connect from the Notion. Same for you too. So all of this information, the step-by-step guides seem to be available within the the GitHub URL for this project. I'll be leaving that on into the description of this video. Okay, so let's execute this, and then Claude is going to start basically executing our first tool, that is the create intelligent workflow. It may fail. That's not a problem. I created some logic where if Claude fails to execute it for the first time, it should try it again by itself. And sometimes it's going to just write an artifact and use that to create an on a spot workflow as it's doing here. So this is a structure of workflow. This is amazing because that's exactly what I wanted to create. So as you can see here, we are following the same structure that I showed you from the workflows that we have as an examples there. And here we have the nodes. We have this node to validate URL. Uh, all of those are nodes that already exist that, this is true. This is not just some mock data, some demo bullshit. No, this is the real thing, the real deal. We have here the save to Notion, and we're gonna see that Claude understands that it needs to validate their workflow. So that's another tool that we have to validate a workflow. So it checks if it's valid. So it shows that the structure is fine, is correct. So the input stream that is being passed here is also correct. And then it's going to execute that workflow and see, and we can see all of that here being, showed within the logs of our log server. So that's the cool part. I can see it happening. So everything is being triggered by Claude, and the response, the answers that are coming back are basically returning here to Claude, and Claude is just doing that 100% by itself. There's no interaction from our part. We just asked what we wanted, and Claude is smart enough to understand that it has the power to connect to our Blok framework, get that data, and save that data where we asked it to save. In this case, in the Notion database. So that's the amazing part of it. Claude is going to just create the whole summary that I asked. So that's it. This is the title of the YouTube video. This is the channel. This is the duration. Some summary, some key points about it, and then I'll list now. I think that is going to try to. Oh, that's amazing. So it's checking which are the database that I have within Notion. So smart enough to check. Okay, I need to list the available Notion database that I have within this API that I created. That's awesome. So you already found the knowledge base database that I have inside my Notion account. And now the idea is that it's going to get the whole summary, the whole data, and just call the API from Notion and save that towards our database. It may fail sometimes. That's common. That's normal. The idea here is that we are trying not to use hard-coded logic. We're trying to use dynamic logic, something that is 100% dynamic, and then to be 100% created by Claude itself, right? This is just a very small, very simple example that I have to show you guys, but you could create any kind of automation, any kind of pipeline, or any kind of API call that you might use, and you don't want to create a front end for it. You just want to you open up your Claude, start typing commands, and see everything being executed from Claude. And the difference from Claude tools, we already have those tools here from what we are doing here with the Blok MCP server, is that you can create your custom logic, your custom nodes, and reuse them as much as possible, as long as you like, the way you would like to use them. That's the whole reason of using this approach. You create the nodes, you create, you connect to the servers, you connect, for example, to your custom already created backend, and you want to just some easy way to use MCP with it. Block is a good way to go. Block would be able to just, within seconds, call your backend and, do any kind of automation that you want to do by using Claude. So that's the main benefits that you would take from this approach here. So that's it that I have for today. So thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. If you like this kind of content, we're gonna be launching even more content about AI in the next bit. So I know you guys are gonna like it. So please, if you have any kind of questions, leave your comments below. I would love to interact with you. Also, check our Discord community. We are there talking with other developers, exchanging information about blogs. So I would love to have you there as well. And that's it. Have a great day and see you in the next one. Bye.